big dummy.
Day. Welcome to the House of Masculinity. I'm Black J. Shout out to my late night novice. Shout out to my insomniacs. Hey, your boy Black Jack a bit of an insomniac sometimes. I be up late sometimes, y'all. Salute to all my noggers in the stronghold of the Naga. Shout out to the tribe up my noggers. Peace to everybody. Peace to all the bros and all the sisters in the house. Salute. Shout out to you and yours. Love all y'all. Hey, salute to Kylan. Salute to my Naga Kylan. Peace to Kylan in the house. We in the stronghold of the Naga once again. It's about 12:15. It is Thursday, April 6, 2023. And once again, I'm Black Jack. If you ain't know now, you know. Hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Pass the video off to every Naga you know. Get on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, whatever you got. Share the video, and if you want to support the house, like I said, you can hit the like, subscribe, and share. You can also hit the Cash App. We got the Cash App at the top of the screen, cash.app/$ House of Masculinity. And we went ahead and looked into some info, and we're gonna talk about it tonight. We saw a little article out there. It's a wealthy UK family, a wealthy family. They come from money, y'all. Hey, and they said that they want to apologize in Grenada over their slave owning past.
You big dummy.
Biatch. And that's what the title of tonight's show is. I just went ahead and titled the show the same title that they had on their article. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about this UK family apologizing about the slave owning past they had in Grenada. Shout out to all my Nagas in Grenada. Salute all my Nagas, stronghold of the Naga. We're gonna turn the music down just a tad bit. We rocking with that smooth acid jazz, y'all. Y'all know how I get down in here. Got that dope sound going in the back. I got some more exclusive stuff coming coming soon. But hey, we're gonna just hold our horses. We're gonna wait on that. We got 4 knockers in the house. We ought to have 4 likes. We ought to have 4 dislikes. Or we ought to have 2 likes and 2 dislikes, you know. So hit that like for me. And we about to get in it. So I'm gonna go straight to the article. I know it's late. I know knockers got to get up in the morning and do what you got to do. So we're gonna cut right to the chase and get right to the article. And we're gonna have a conversation about it. And right now, I'm on BBC.com. Wealthy UK family to apologize in Grenada over slave owning past. Salute.
You big dummy.
Biatch.
Now they in the UK, the United Kingdom. You know, a European nation. And I guess this is the wealthy family member. And I guess these are the Nagas, some of the Nagas in Grenada. It says Laura Trevelyan to the left explores a former slave plantation on Grenada during her visit in 2022. And then it says the UK family will publicly apologize to the people of the Caribbean island of Grenada. They ain't say the people of Africa. They say they're going to apologize to the people of the Caribbean island of Grenada. Salute.
You big dummy.
Where its ancestors had more than 1,000 slaves in the 19th century, the 1800s, right? So in the 1800s, Miss Laura Trevelyan, her family member had 1,000 slaves in the Caribbean islands of Grenada, right? And that's a look at her. And here's the people of Grenada. So let's scroll on down. Let's take a little look. Okay, no, that was actually the reporter. Okay, so that's the reporter. That's not the actual lady, because right here it says the BBC reporter, Laura Trevelyan, a family member, visited Grenada in 2022. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Let me see if I'm reading this right. It says, BBC reporter Laura Trevelyan, a family member, visited Grenada in 2022. So maybe it is her. I'm confused. Is she the BBC reporter? I guess it is her. It says she was shocked that it's her. She was shocked that her ancestors had been compensated by the United Kingdom government when slavery was abolished in 1833, around the time of the Seminole Wars in Florida. But freed African slaves got nothing. Okay, dodge the hijack.
You big dummy.
Biatch.
Right away they saying African. We gonna find out though, y'all. We gonna find out was it African slaves in Grenada. We gonna see. Confronting my family slave owning past. Church sets up. I don't know what they currency read. 100M fund to address slavery wrongs. Saying sorry for slavery leaves Dutch divided. Speaking to the BBC in a personal capacity on Saturday, Miss Trevelyan recalled her visit to the island for a documentary. It was really horrific. I saw for myself the plantations where slaves were punished. When I saw the instruments of torture that were used to restrain them, I felt the shame, and I also felt that it was my duty. You can't repair the past, but you can acknowledge the pain. Ms. Trevelyan said 7 members of her family would travel to Grenada later in February to issue a public apology. The family will give $100,000, whatever that is, or which is $120,000, to establish a community fund for economic development on the impoverished island and in the Eastern Caribbean. So she going to break bread with some reparations. $120,000, is that even enough? They had 1,000 slaves. What's that, about $120 a piece? Ms. Trevelyan said that in 1834, the Trevelyans received about $34,000 for the loss of their property, quote unquote, on Grenada, the equivalent of about 3M in today's money. For me to be given $100,000 almost 200 years later, maybe that seems like really inadequate, she said. Duh. But I hope that we're setting an example by apologizing for what our ancestors did. Yeah, you setting an example, apologizing and acknowledging the past. But you still ain't acknowledging the truth. You calling these people Africans, and we're gonna dig into that. But I hope that we're setting an example. Like I said, the Grenada National Reparations Committee described the gesture as commendable. They said, yeah, that's commendable, but we ain't gonna do nothing. That's what they said. Ms. Trevelyan, currently a BBC correspondent in New York, so she is the correspondent and it's her, said she had wanted to go to Grenada in the wake of the racial reckoning in the U.S. The U.S., huh? She wanted to go to the Caribbean in the wake of the awakening of the racial unrest in the U.S., right? Racial reckoning. A series of killings of so-called African Americans in recent years led to the rise of the Black Lives Matter movement, and we don't support that over here, y'all, in the U.S., which spread to other countries. The BLM's stated key aims are the fight against racially motivated violence, including incidents of police brutality against so-called black people and other minorities. The movement also boosted public pressure in several countries for compensation to address the historic injustice of slavery. So she's saying they was Africans. She called them Africans. She said the African slaves, y'all. She say the injustice done to the Africans. But were they really Africans in Grenada? She called them a series of killings of African Americans, right? But it's that what really went down in Grenada. We're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna take a look at it, y'all. We're gonna take a look at who exactly was getting enslaved in Grenada. It said freed African slaves, get nothing. We're about to find out, was these really some free African slaves in Grenada? You know, it's commendable for her and her ancestors to acknowledge their wrongs and to say, you know what, we're gonna give a token of something to these folks. We'll call them the wrong names and shit like that. We'll give them $120 a piece. Maybe they can get a pair of sneakers. Maybe they can get a pair of J's. That's all they want anyway. Salute.
You big dummy.
She bought everybody a pair of Jordans and said, and the knockoff ones too, not even the real $200 ones. She bought the cheap ones. The bubble gum was from China that the fake Native Americans be making. All right, let's proceed. Let's get back. Let's go back. Let's go here. History of Grenada. See if any Africans was over there. I want to know the history of Grenada in the Caribbean, part of the Lesser Antilles. Oh, the Antilles. Yeah, where Columbus or Cristobal Colon. If you want to know his real name, not Christopher Columbus, Cristobal Colon. So, yeah, the Lesser Antilles. Yeah, we familiar with that. All right, let me take a sip of my water. Got to get that water. Part of the Lesser Antilles group of islands covers a period from the earliest human settlements to the establishment of the contemporary nation state of Grenada. First settled by indigenous peoples, of course, and they ain't settled there. They were created there. See, all this talking about indigenous people settled and where they came from, the real indigenous Naga ain't come from nowhere. He was there. Since the Most High said, let there be light. He said, let there be the Naga in America, the stronghold of the Naga. Salute.
You big dummy.
The Naga came from nowhere. When you ask about an African, you don't say where did that African come from. You say if I say where did Africans come from, you'll say, well, what you mean where did they come from? They come from Africa. So when I say where the American Naga come from, what do you mean where he come from? He come from America. When you say where the African come from, you sound foolish. You know an African come from Africa. You say, when did he migrate to Africa? You sound foolish. You say, he never migrated. He just was there. Since the Lord said, let there be light, he said he put an African in Africa. And since the Most High said, let there be light, he put the American Naga in America. So stop talking about this migrating of indigenous people. Salute.
You big dummy.
First, indigenous peoples. Grenada, by the time of European contact, was inhabited by the Caribs. So Grenada was inhabited by the Caribs, the native Caribs, right? The indigenous, the aboriginal Carib Nagas inhabited Grenada when the Europeans got there. Yeah, when her family got there, the Caribs were there. The Caribs were over there. She claims freed African slaves and all of this. But we know that the Caribs was in Grenada. The indigenous Carib Nagas And they say the British colonists killed most of the Caribs on the islands and established plantations on the islands, eventually importing African slaves to work on the sugar plantations. Stop right there. Stop right there, my lord. You got to stop right there.
Big dummy.
They say they killed off all the Caribs and eventually imported African slaves, right? To work on the sugar plantations. They think you stupid, my naga. Because first off, before we get to this African slaves, what did the Caribs look like? If the first indigenous peoples in Grenada, by the time the European came, by the time the BBC lady, by the time her family came, it said it was inhabited by the Caribs. Now you click on Caribs here, they show us that. But is that, we know that ain't what a Carib really looked like. That ain't what a Carib looked like. You want to see what a Carib really looks like? Right here. Carib Indians, my naga. Indigenous Carib people, salute. There you go. That was indigenous Carib people salute. Like, so if the indigenous Carib people looked like this, I'm gonna go back to the pig. Let's go back to the pig we were just on. If the indigenous Carib people look like, that's a nappy-headed naga. That's a nappy-headed naga. I know one when I see one.
You big dummy.
If the indigenous Carib people look like this, clearly a Negro. If the Carib Indian was a Negro, a nigger, a nigar, a mulatto, colored, non-white, nigger, Negro, black. If this is the Carib Indian, tell me what sense money-wise? If you got a military invading force, what sense money-wise would it make to spend your money and your bullets up killing off all these niggas only to go back to Africa to bring back some more niggas? That is stupid. That is dumb.
You big dummy.
Especially when we know a lot of Europeans couldn't even afford to bring their own monkey ass over here. They monkey ass came over here as indentured servants and they had to pay their way for getting over here. So how could they even afford to come kill all the niggas that was already in Grenada and go get more Nagas from Africa and enslave them? That is utterly stupid, and I'm not stupid.
You big dummy.
You ain't finna play no third eye mind trick on blackjack. Nor none of my Nagas in my tribe. Salute. This is say the indigenous Carib people. What white man or any man gonna come kill off those niggas only to go get more niggas?
You big dummy.
And I don't need a rocket scientist to tell me that. So they ain't kill off no Caribs. They enslaved the Caribs and started calling them African Americans. Bitch.
You big dummy.
We ain't stupid. Killed off most of the Caribs. Well, on paper, you did a paper genocide. You say, yeah, y'all ain't Carib Indians no more. You African slaves now, motherfucker. And we gonna put you on the sugar plantations. Because you know all about sugar cane. Because it's indigenous to America just like you. You know how to grow it better than anybody else. Africans never saw it before. Control of the island was disputed by Great Britain and France in the 18th century, with the British ultimately prevailing in 1795. She said in 1833 her family got broke off. That's what she said, right around the ends and the beginning of the Seminole War. Right around the beginning of the Seminole War, that's when her family got broke off, and the so-called African slaves, who was really Carib Indians, got nothing. So they say the British ultimately prevailed in 1795. Freton's rebellion, inspired by the Haitian Revolution, very nearly succeeded, taking significantly military intervention to quell. Slavery was abolished in 1833, and in 1885, the island's capital, St. George, became the capital of the British Windward Islands. All right, man. We see what was going on in Grenada around the time her family had 1,000 Nagas, 1,000 Carib Nagas. Her family had 1,000 Caribs. Wow. Let's see what else we can learn about the Caribs and slavery. Hold on, let me go back to some. The black Carib. Let's go these Caribs, right? Look, prior to suffering enslavement, the majority of these individuals were declared to be Caribs.
You big dummy.
Man, we ain't playing games with these liars in history and these liars and these fibs. She just said African slaves. We just motherfucking read this dumb nappy head, long neck looking ass bitch talking about her family had African slaves. We just read that dumb shit. Talking about she wanted to give them $120 a piece, all 1,000 of them, $120 a piece, so they can get a pair of Jordans. And she talking about she felt the shame. Bitch, you could at least call them who they really was. It was Carib Indians, motherfucker. Telling us right here, prior to suffering enslavement, the majority of these individuals were declared to be Caribs. These slaves, they said prior to suffering enslavement, before suffering enslavement, before being enslaved, they were called Caribs. What you call them now? African Americans. These slaves, hundreds of thousands. Her granddaddy, her stinking ass had 1,000 of them. Hundreds of thousands though were put to work alongside the diminishing Tainos. Wonder what the Tainos look like. What a coinkydink. Of Hispaniola and later Cuba and Puerto Rico in gold mines, cattle ranches, and sugar plantations. Man, y'all can't hide nothing from this nigga, man. I don't know who they think they is. Y'all. You can't lie to Blackjack.
You big dummy.
I do read. I read fine print. I read bad body print. I read all kind of print. You know what I'm saying? I read all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna lie to me telling me them was African Americans, and they just telling me right here though that you used to call them Caribs prior before you enslaved them. And it said hundreds of thousands. Your monkey ass grandmammy had 1,000 on bitch, and you wanna give them $120 a piece. Get off our land, man. God damn, man, just go home. Take your ragged ass back where you came. Go back where you came from. The only people in America that can even muster that they can mumble them words or have the nerve to breath that is the Naga. The Negro is the only one that should be shouting, go back where you came from, motherfucker.
You big dummy.
We should be the only one saying that, because all you motherfuckers is not from here. You're on our turf, you're in our home, you're home invaders, all y'all. All you. If you don't look like us, you ain't us. And not everybody that look like us is us either. But Negro here, Negro there. What I'm really trying to say here, get off our land, man. Take your $120 with you, man. You don't want that shit, man. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Taz Cole, salute Taz Cole in the house. Salute. Salute, peace to the sister. We're gonna keep uncovering their lives one at a time, one Naga at a time. One Naga at a time. I ain't got nothing else to do sometimes. I'm going to work tomorrow too. I don't give a damn, I'm up. I gotta be up working about 5 hours. Fuck that shit though. This is more important. Look at these Caribs, man. They gonna tell you, yeah, we killed off all the Caribs and we went to Africa and got some slaves. Then on the right around, we turn right around the corner on another article. Yeah, we enslaved hundreds of thousands of Caribs. And then we start calling them that. We used to call them Caribs. Hey. Hey, Taz Cole say it's 2 a.m. or what? Hey, Taz, I'm in Florida. It's 12:40. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be up at 6. I don't care though. A Naga might pull up late. What they gonna do? They ain't gonna do nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the golden goose. What they gonna do? They need me. You know what I'm saying? And that's how y'all better treat these folks too. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you know what I'm saying? I work for myself too, so I ain't never let a job control me. Cause I got more than one source of income. Like a job, the job ain't even 50% of my income for real. You know, it's just something to do to say I got a job. And plus, you know, it gives you some kind of meaning, what they say, right? But like, I be feeling like shit. Any day I can walk away because I work for myself. Shit, I got my own company. What the hell? You know? But it is what it is. Yeah. I had to talk to y'all tonight though, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been on my mind. I wanted to bring it up. I saw the little article. I said, oh no, they didn't. Here we go again. And every time, goddamn, if y'all, hey, I put my email in the community tab yesterday, man. If y'all see any crazy articles calling us out, man, send them to me. Send them in my email, man. Nah, I'm gonna uncover their lives one lie at a time, man. They playing me. They don't know, man. I'll put in work. They don't know. I'm the type of nigga. I'll put in work to get your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Hey, hey, man. It's something else I want to talk about before I close out the show tonight, too, y'all. How a nigga be connecting dots around this bitch. I be looking up shit sometimes, and I be looking up so much shit that sometimes I might find one thing, and next thing I know, it connect with something that I looked up before, and then it's like boom, and I'm like damn, and you know I don't know if the Most High just be sending me stuff. I think the Most High on my algorithm, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I be get a lot of stuff that be like right up my alley, and I be like yes, but like this, I'm finna show y'all something real quick, man. I be finding stuff, brothers and sisters. I be finding stuff. I be doing my little regular little searches just on my own type of time. Cause I don't, like I say, this is a hobby of mine. I enjoy doing it. So I'm always doing it. You know what I'm saying? Every little spare time I got, I'm looking up the Naga. You know what I'm saying? Every little spare time. So the point I'm finna try to make is sometimes you connect dots without even trying. And I'm gonna show y'all something what I mean by that. And that's what I mean when they be lying. They'll have to lie so much that it's just too many lies. They can't even lie enough to cover up all the bullshit. Like once you start lying, you gotta keep lying. And the funny thing about it though, once you start uncovering the lies, you just keep uncovering more and more lies. You know what I'm saying? More and more lies. What these people doing. Y'all bear with me for a minute. I'm just pulling my research up. I wasn't really gonna show this tonight, but I will show it though. Because you know I'm just gonna show y'all one more thing before we close the show out. And I might do a whole live stream on what I'm finna show y'all right now. We on some late night Naga shit. We just freestyling for real. I wanted to discuss the ad, the little article, see what y'all thought, connect some dots. All right, here it go. Yeah, here it go right here. It's one of them, then I'm gonna pull up the other dot that connect to it. But I was like, well, I'll be damned. I say, these folks here, hey, they hated our ancestors so bad that they bragged, you know, they basically bragged about what they did to them, what they did to our people. And they, you know, they made documentation, basically. All right, now the hijack want to mess with my computer. I'm about to do this over the hijack. The hijack on me, y'all. They know I'm finna show y'all something real. Let me type it in one more time. They just froze my screen. Let me reboot this screen. On a late night. Oh, I've been on my computer about 2 hours now. Anyway, it's freezing up and nothing. As soon as I get on some real shit, here they go. Here they go with the freeze up. Damn, see? And sometimes I'd be like, man, I got a nice computer. I ain't even had this laptop that long. I got an Intel i7 core processor. I spent a lot of money to get I ain't want the i5 or the i3. I said I want the i7. So I bought the i7 core thinking I was doing something. I guess I had to get an i9 or something. Maybe just get another Apple. I had an iMac before. I said I ain't want to do that. You know, sometimes I want to try different products. I bought this HP with the i9. All right, let's see if I can get it now. They got all these images of our people all over the world. Like I say, they was bragging about conquering the American Naga. They was bragging about enslaving the American Naga. And they was on teams. They was on teams doing this. They were like tag team Royal Rumble on our ass, y'all. And they ain't gonna tell it to you like that, but that's the truth. All right, here we go. See, damn man, what is going on with my computer? All right. I got to say it another way, y'all. I got to say it another way. Hijack on my ass tonight. Hijack say you should have had your shit together, Naga. Let me see what page this is I'm on. Let me see. All right. Here, what I was trying to pull up. This is one. All right. So this is the Demorian Museum. This is over here in like I said, I'm gonna do a whole live stream on it. But here go a picture of this museum. This is a museum. It's over here in Gouda. It's over in Europe, in Gouda, near the Netherlands, I believe. That's the Netherlands, yeah, Austria and all that kind of shit. You know, them motherfuckers, they like to smoke. They be having tobacco shops. Well, this is like an ancient building. All right, so damn man, come on, computer. They be hating on the Naga. Synagogue of Satan. Start hating, god dang. All right, so you see at the top of the building, in front of the door, they got this statue. It's a statue of a Naga. I posted this in my community post. The Naga is an American Indian. It's a tobacco store, and he's an exotic American that they was using to show off their new exotic smoke tobacco that they just learned about after they came to America. So this is the up close picture what he looked like, and I posted that on my community post. Let me blow it up. Blow up, come on. And I done cleaned up my computer. I know I ain't got nothing crazy on here causing me to slow up. So this is the picture I posted it on my community post. You know what I'm saying? You can see he got on his feathers. He got red, white, and blue, y'all. Like, see, I think they stole our colors. I don't even think this theirs. They stole it from us. He got a chunk on with some kind of cross, right? Look at him, Naga, black as fuck. He got his lips, pink lips, right? They can't say, well, they ain't have no white paint. They got his feathers white. If he was white, they would have painted him white. They got red feathers here. If he was red, they would have painted him red, right? He got his tobacco pipe. Yeah, the Demorian, right? Now this other shit I'm finna show y'all that relates directly to this, but it's unrelated. It's in a whole nother place. It's in Europe too though, but in a whole nother country. And I'm gonna show y'all. Let me pull it up real quick. I got it right in here. Let me get to it. Where did I got all these different folders. I got so much Naga shit in my computer too, y'all. I be saving folders of pictures and just all kind of research. All right, so all right, here you go. I'm right by the photos. It's on my timeline. There you go. But what the one by itself? Let me see. All right, there you go, right here. Boom. So this photo I'm finna pull up now that connects the dot with this. It's in a whole nother place over there in Europe, and it's actually in like a church. It's in a church cathedral, and I'm gonna do a live on this one tomorrow. I'm gonna just break this down on live tomorrow. We're gonna connect the dots on it, and we're gonna show the relationship that it's the same Nagas. Keep using this. How do you wanna open this file? Okay, photos. Open it with my photos. What the hell, computer? Why you ask me new questions, computer? You know how I get down over here. This shit. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to click and move it over because the computer jacked up tonight, y'all. Y'all forgive me, my computer. I don't know what the hell. I didn't have it pre-prepared. Like I said, this is off the fly, but it's still. I feel like it's important enough to show. All right, here you go. Alright, so this is what I wanted to show y'all. This picture here. Now this is a painting. This over, like I said, it's over there in the church, over there in Europe too, I believe. It's either near Austria and the other one is in the Neanderthal, not the Neanderthal, well, yeah, the Neanderthal, but the Netherlands. But yeah, the Netherlands Neanderthals. Yeah. But see, look here. Okay, so this is an allegorical picture of some continents, right? So right here they got America on the far right hand corner, a female Indian Negro. She got the same thing going. He got this a painting in the church and I think the Netherlands, the Neanderthal Netherlands. And the other one I just showed y'all, this is in front of a tobacco stove. They tribed up the same way though. Salute, my Naga. Salute.
Big dummy.
They tried. These is not Africans. The American nigga is not an African at all. I'm sorry. No offense to nobody. The American nigga is definitely not an African. No way. No way possible. No way possible that this is African. That's an American Indian. So-called Negro, so-called nigger, so-called nigger, so-called Negro, so-called black, so-called African American. Salute. We connect dots over here. And like I said, I stumbled on this in the funniest way. I was researching other shit, and then I seen the pic, and I said, well, I'll be damned. I said, I seen this before. So I went to digging through my files, and there it is. I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. These folks got us twisted though, man. It's time for a Naga to take his mind, his spirit, and his identity back, whether they like it or not. And we ain't asking no permission. It's time like we can start throwing our own little powwows, you know, and get downs. How we and every Naga ain't gonna come with us, and it's all right, y'all. Every Naga ain't, and we don't. And you know, truth be told, my Naga, every Naga can't come with us. Some Nagas gonna fuck it up, my Naga. Some Nagas gonna be against us. Some our own Nagas gonna be against us. We gotta deal with the Nagas that's like-minded and that's on one accord. And anybody who wanna be down with us and who wanna fess up to the truth, and who want, when you know better, you do better. We all was fooled. We all got brainwashed as kids. We all did. We did. They did. We all did. But when you know better, you do better. We adults now. And we got generations coming after us that shouldn't be getting taught these same lies. You can't feel you can't feel good about yourself knowing your kids going to school getting taught lies. What can we do to stop it? Well, we got to get together and put our heads together and come up with some ideas. Like I say, every Naga ain't come with us. Some Nagas gonna be against us. It is what it is. So we can't worry about them. We just got to worry about the ones that's with us. We got to do our own thing, build our own communities and our own families, you know, start over, build a house up again. Hey, man, I'm Blackjack. This is House of Masculinity, man. I just want to shout at y'all for, it's about 1 on the Florida and the East Coast. I'm finna lay it down. I got 5 hours. Hey, well, check me out, though, before I close it out. Tribed up. You know what I'm saying? I'm Naga'd up. I'm for my people, my Naga. I'm for my people. I'm for the tribe. I got the Strictly for my Nagas Golden Egg Goose shirt on, you know. Sister and the brother on that piece. I don't know if y'all can see it good, but I see if I get a little closer to the cam. But yeah, y'all seen this picture before. We got the clock in the back, the French showing our ancestors they enslaved out, and then we got a sister and a brother standing in front of it. Hey, but like I say, I'm Blackjack. This is House of Masculinity. Respect my house. Peace to the tribe. Peace to all the brothers and sisters. Oh, and let me send a special shout out. I gotta send a special shout out to all my Nagas that be supporting, that's hitting the like button and sharing the content, and my Nagas who supporting monetarily. Special shout out to teaching 777. She shot me a $20 cash out on the last live stream, where it arrived after the show was over. So I wanted to take the time out to acknowledge the sister and give her a shout out right now and appreciate the support, the $20 cash out. Salute, teaching 777. Peace, my Nagas. And we out. Stronghold of the Nagas. Peace.